Okay, so we'll go ahead and review these cards. I didn't really do this for the other. I guess they're called Team of the Matchday 3. I'm assuming, right? There's a few cards in here that are actually pretty nice, but the thing is that like a lot of these cards, if you add them into the World Cup mode, they would actually be really, really sick to use. But to add them only to the regular version of Ultimate Team through only getting money is a little bit crappy, but they do have very good cards. So let's start off with Suarez. So Suarez has 91 pace, 99 shooting, 94 passing, 97 dribbling, 93 physical. 4-star, 4-star, right-footed, high, medium, 6 foot tall. Okay, so acceleration is good, sprint speed is low, so he's more off the boost of movement than he is like the actual sprint speed, but he's physical, so it definitely helps. 91 strength, 89 aggression. On the ball, he'll be clumsy from time to time with 97 agility, 67 bounce, but that could be like a similar thing to Ronaldo where his balance might be low, but the agility outweighs the balance a little bit, so he actually could move really nicely on the ball. His finishing is God tier, obviously, because even his regular card, his finishing is very, very consistent. The only thing that sucks about EA's stats is that they don't actually show the traits of a player, because traits are very important. But 99 finishing, 95 shot power, 94 long shots, 93 composure. So shooting wise, he's going to be very good with that 4-star weak foot. Heading accuracy is good. Jumping not so much, but he is 6 foot, so it's not a huge deal. Strength and aggression obviously very good. He'll be a fun card to use for sure. Barcelona, Uruguay. Can link something up with him and Messi up top. Messi is a center forward, so that's a pretty big deal. You could play him as a center mid, a cam, a striker. Medium work rates with 4-star, 4-star. 98 acceleration, 92 sprint speed. This guy's like one of the best like close control dribblers, so his 93 agility with 99 balance is going to be really nice because again, close control dribbling wise, he's very, very good. 99 finishing, 90 shot power, 93 long shots, 99 composure. So shooting wise, he'll be very good too. Shot power being high with good finishing and good composure is very important. So that'll be very nice to have. They up his strength a little bit by 73, so that's, or not by 73, but it is 73 now. 90 stamina, 84 jumping, 98 heading accuracy. So it's nice they increase the jumping a little bit because he is 5'7", so he doesn't really win the ball much in the air. But yeah, dribbling on the ball, he's going to be fantastic. Shooting with his left foot, he'll be very good. I also think that Messi has the finesse shot trait, so you can actually cut inside and do very good finesse shots against the goalkeeper. So this card will be very good to use as well. Fantastic card. Heung-min Son's striker card. So this card, I feel like this card's going to be really hard to find in the market. So there's only 2 of him on the market right now. It's like 1,000,000 coins. So this card, 5-star weak foot is fantastic. The thing about Heung-min Son's card is that once it got to the stage of it being like a team of the season card, that's when they improved the most important thing that needed upgraded on his card, and that's the balance and agility, because the balance and agility on most of his cards are pretty low, so that's what made him move a little bit more sluggish on the ball, right? So now he basically has perfect stats in everything. Like even his physical stats are quite decent considering that he is 6 foot tall as well. 5-star weak foot with 96 finishing, 96 shot power, 99 long shots, 90 composure is beautiful. Like his shooting's gonna be perfect essentially. Depending on how the game is, obviously. 97 acceleration, 96 sprint speed, 91 agility, 89 balance. So, again, movement on and off the ball is going to be fantastic with him, especially since he's high work rate. So, the thing about a Heung-min Son card is that if you use him in a 4-2-3-1 narrow formation and you use him as like a left or right cam, he would be amazing there because of the fact that he is high work rates, amazing with his weak foot. He's got the skill moves. He can pass, shoot, like he can do everything, right? He has all the right stats. He has 75 long passing, but you don't notice a huge significant difference with like 75 long passing and not having 75 long passing. So very good. Quaresma, obviously my favorite player in real life. 4-star weak foot's very nice to have. 5-star skill moves, obviously he's the guy that does the skill moves all the time in real life. 5'9" high medium work rates are very nice for someone who's going to be playing as a right mid for you. We'll see his specific stats now. So they did improve his finishing by quite a bit. So now he has 82 finishing with 86 composure. So that's doable, right? That's like a usable card. But it's a shame that it has to go all the way up until a 91 rating to make the card usable, because 82 finishing with 98 shot power, 98 long shots, very nice to have. Obviously, if you use this card, you would have to give him a Hunter. I don't think there's any other option, really. On the ball, he's going to be fantastic. A 99 agility, 91 balance. If I still played the regular version of Ultimate Team, I would definitely use this card 100%. Because I love the 4-2-3-1 regular in the regular version of Ultimate Team, so he would definitely fit into my team very nicely. Yeah, he has a good card. His finishing is better, but it's not like amazing because 82 finishing is still low considering the cards that exist nowadays that can shoot the ball into the back of the net consistently, right? So, but he'll still be a very fun card to use. 86 composure definitely helps the 82 finishing. Passing is going to be god tier. He's just going to be very good at doing everything, right? So, a very fun card to use. That's the best possible card I think he has, to be honest, because the 82 finishing is still really low considering the cards that exist nowadays. Paulinho obviously is going to be like a meta midfielder. High work rates with 83 pace, 89 shooting, 88 passing, 90 dribbling, 85 defending, 84 physical. So all round a very good player. Defensive stats are very good. Attacking stats are very good. Doesn't have the 4-star weak foot, which kind of sucks a little bit. But he does have high work rate. So if you play him in a CDM position, center mid position, he'll do those roles really nicely because you can kind of tell him to do whatever you want him to do. Stay back, push forward. On the ball, he'll be decent as well. 81 agility with 74 balance. So as a center mid, that's actually not bad. Acceleration 83 sprint speed. So moving left and right with him, he'll be decent if you need to defend with him in the midfield. So he'll be a fun card to use. Perisic, I think, will be one of the better cards to use, definitely, because they drastically increase his balance and agility, which is a very big deal. Because this card, generally speaking, is actually really fun to use. Physically, he's actually really nice. Very good at holding the ball. 88 acceleration, 95 sprint speed. Shooting is obviously very good with 89 finishing, 94 shot power, 91 long shots, 90 composure. So very good in those stats as well. But definitely the big improvement is the balance and agility upgrade so that he can actually move a little bit better on the ball because he does also have a 5-star weak foot with 4-star skill move. So even if you use him on the left wing side, being a right-footed player with a 5-star weak foot, he'll be able to do very nice driven shots across goal. So he'll be a really fun player to use in my opinion. Most of these guys have been really good so far. The Quidditch one being 82 finishing is low nowadays because of the way that the cards are now, but still a cool card. Grankfist is actually a usable card, which is nice, but he's usable in a really downrated stat-wise. I don't know how to explain it because 48 balance is awful, 69 agility, 69 acceleration is awful. But he does have a 4-star weak foot, high medium work rate, 6'4". There's not really that many Swedish center backs that I know of that are better other than Lindelof, but I don't think they've given Lindelof a card because Grankfist has been doing really well for them. So I wouldn't necessarily use that card. Thiago Silva is obviously going to have a sick card. High work rates, 82 pace, 97 defending, 90 physical. To change the song right there. Yeah, this card's going to be amazing to use. Moving left and right with him is going to be god tier. 79 acceleration, 84 sprint speed with 87 agility, 79 balance. Defensive stats are god tier. Physical stats are god tier. So definitely slap a nice little, probably like an anchor on him, I would say. Because you want to make his defense as perfect as possible, his physical as perfect as possible, and then his pace as perfect as possible. So, because those are like the most important in the regular version of Ultimate Team. So definitely look into that card because that card looks amazing. Mina medium high work rates, a Colombian center back that's actually pretty good. There's Davinson Sanchez as well. I can't really think of anybody else that would also be very good in Ultimate Team because they do some upgrades to certain cards to make them significantly better. But if you're a fan of Colombia, you know, this card isn't too bad to go by, but again, I think this card would be more preferable in the the World Cup version of Ultimate Team than it is in the regular version of Ultimate Team. Not really a card people are going to want to get. He might be really cheap, to be honest, like 70k. Rojo is going to have a fantastic card for sure. 78 pace, medium high work rates with 6'2" height, good at everything. So can't really go wrong with a card like this. This card's going to be unbelievable for anybody. Moving left and right with him is going to be very good. Definitely slap a shadow on him to increase his pace as much as possible because his physical stats are already very good. Same thing with like Thiago Silva, but Thiago Silva's defensive stats are already super up that like you can definitely increase the physical a little bit. But medium high work rate, 6'2", link this guy even with just like an Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is so good. Even with all these upgraded cards, he's so good that you can actually link Eric Bailly with a competent Manchester United center back now. Because I'm not sure if they've really upgraded Chris Smalling that much, so yeah. This goalkeeper, if he doesn't have the leg save trait, irrelevant. Another goalkeeper, if he doesn't have the leg save trait, irrelevant. Apparently this guy's like 45 years old, and he actually is, wow. Godin's card, so they improved the Godin's card again. 70 acceleration, 76 sprint speed, 81 agility, 75 balance, so a usable card, but obviously you need to increase the pace as much as possible, so I'd probably slap a Shadow or an Anchor on him. Anchor probably is not as enough. I think Shadow would probably be more preferable, but a usable card, which is nice. This card looks absolutely incredible because he plays in the Bundesliga, and he's a Swedish player, so you can kind of link some cool things with that, especially with like Ibrahimovic and stuff. You want to put Ibrahimovic in the midfield and kind of make a team around that. This card looks unbelievable, though. Great defensive stats. Heading accuracy doesn't matter as long as he can win the ball in the air with good height. Finishing is decent. Pace is great. Moving left and right with him is going to be nice because he is 87 agility with 81 balance. So this card looks unbelievable. Definitely worth trying that for sure. Al-Dasari, 4-star player that's 5'9" with incredibly good stats, to be fair. A Saudi Arabian player who's probably the best player they have in any version of Ultimate Team. Yeah, he looks amazing, actually. The only thing, obviously, is the 83 finishing with 78 composure. That's like Martial levels, so that's not necessarily ideal, but moving left and right with him, on the ball, off the ball is going to be fantastic. He actually has physical capabilities, which is really nice. Having a player that has the pace and the physical is very beneficial, so he'll be a very fun card to use. He does have a 4-star weak foot playing on the left side with a 4-star skill move, so this card will be really fun to use as well. Isco, I think, again, more about the World Cup mode than the actual regular version of Ultimate Team, because the pace is kind of low for what it is nowadays. But 88 acceleration, yeah, this card is just more ideal as a World Cup player. But still has a fantastic card. 99 finishing, 82 shot power isn't necessarily that great. But if you're a fan of Real Madrid's or Spain's and you want to play this specific style, it wouldn't be bad to use him, but it wouldn't necessarily be ideal to use him. But he'll be a fun card to use. It kind of sucks he doesn't have the 4-star weak foot, though. You know, I think the 4-star weak foot would be definitely very nice on his card, but it is what it is. This guy is Croatian, a Badel. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but he's somewhat of a usable CDM. He's kind of like a Casemiro card, like a regular Casemiro card. So if you're Croatian and you want to link up some players like Rakitic and Modric in your midfield, he'll be fun to use. 4-star weak foot with a right foot as his preferred foot. Defensive stats are okay, not necessarily that great. As a CDM or a center mid, it's like all right. Excuse me, his finishing isn't very good, and his acceleration and sprint speed isn't very good. So it might not even be a card that Croatian people would be interested in using. And then Campbell is the last card here. So Campbell doesn't have a good weak foot. So obviously if you're going to be playing him as a striker, you definitely have to use him as a left striker because he's left-footed. 83 finishing, 83 composure, good at dribbling with a 95 agility, 85 balance, 93 acceleration, 92 sprint speed. Physical stats are actually competent, so he'll be a fun card to use as well. Not too bad as well. Yeah, this is a good match day squad for sure. I think Suarez, Messi, Heung-min Son, Quaresma, Paulinho, Perisic, Rojo, Thiago Silva. This guy a little bit, but his composure is low, so it's kind of like not necessarily ideal to use. Would be the best cards, I think. Godin is like okay, but it's always that low acceleration in the regular version of Ultimate Team that isn't necessarily ideal. Even if you give him a shadow card to increase that, it's always better to have better acceleration to be able to burst into play when you need to. But other than that, this is a really nice team. I'm sorry that I didn't do it for the other two. I didn't even realize that they were doing this because The regular version of Ultimate Team doesn't interest me too much, but I still have an idea of like what players would be really fun to use and what players wouldn't be fun to use. With players like Suarez, you can actually now use him as a cam, and he would be decent, like in a narrow formation, not necessarily. If he's playing in the central area, he would be okay because his long shots are really good, right? So if you're playing him as a central cam, striker would be the most preferable for sure. Um, but yeah, Messi, I think with the lack of physical that Messi uh, doesn't have, obviously, he would make a better cam than a striker of any sorts. But obviously, his dribbling is going to be very good. So if you make him a cam as a left cam or a right cam, I wouldn't necessarily make him a central cam in a 4-2-3-1 narrow, but as a left cam, right cam, or as a central cam in a 4-3-1-2 or a 4-1-2-2, not a 4-2-3-1. I think he'll be very good there too. Because if you play Messi on the right side, he has a 4-star weak foot, but then he also has the traits of the finesse shot trait, which obviously doesn't show here. But if you cut inside with him with very, very good shooting stats, he'll be very nice at taking those shots. Heung-min Son obviously is amazing because they upgraded his balance and agility, so you can actually use this card anywhere you want. You can actually use him as a center mid, and he'll probably play really well there. Although defending stats are more relevant in the regular version of Ultimate Team than it is in the World Cup version of Ultimate Team, so you're still going to notice that, but he'll still be a fantastic center mid to use. Cam, striker, any position you really want. Because his long passing is a 75, I wouldn't necessarily use him as a central cam in a 4-2-3-1, but as a left-right cam in a 4-2-3-1, he'll be awesome. I think as a striker, obviously, he'll be incredible. He has amazing shooting stats, amazing pace. Quaresma, I think if you switch in-game to a right cam, he'll be very good. Right mid, he'll be playing really well as a 4-2-3-1 wide formation. He'll play that role really well as well. If you switch in-game to a 4-3-2-1, right forward, he'll play that role really well too. Center mids and stuff, I wouldn't really recommend. He actually could play the role as a cam as well because he does have 91 short passing with 87 long passing. So in-game, if you want to switch that, you could actually do that as well. Paulinho would be more preferable as a CDM or as a right center mid. I wouldn't push him off to the left center mid spot because of the lack of good weak foot. His long shot's probably banging too, so obviously you want to have him on the right side. Perisic, you can in game you can switch him to a striker. As a left wing, he would actually play the role really well. As a left mid, he has potential to do well as well because he does have decent physical, but again, no defensive stats, so always take that into account. Rojo, obviously center back. The back four is not really too relevant to talk about. And then these guys over here, again, Campbell, if you use him, you have to use him as a left striker because he's left-footed. So obviously the driven shots is the best way to score in this game. But other than that, that's pretty much it. The attackers, you can pretty much use them in from any position, mostly. But some of them, like Messi, I wouldn't use as a central cam in a 4-2-3-1, more as like a 4-3-1-2. But yeah, a lot of really good cards, a lot of fun cards for people to try out. I'm not sure how much people are playing the regular version of Ultimate Team because I think most of the times if you were to actually get these cards, you would probably play Division 1 or probably friendly season. So I'm not really sure what people are doing nowadays, but a lot of cards you can try to have fun with nowadays, but with the cards that exist right now, there's so many cards that are basically perfect that some of these cards wouldn't necessarily be ideal to use because there'd be a huge misbalance with the team that you have and the team that somebody else has. So it really depends on the types of teams that you're matching up with in the Ultimate Team, the regular version of Ultimate Team version of the game. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, please drop a thumbs up on it. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.